Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to, I apologize for the delay and for saying that we were going to go live at 11 o'clock, but I kind of got caught up in something over at the Tucson airport. We have the drill weekend going on here in Tucson for the Tucson Air National Guard, and we were kind of looking and plane spotting over there until about 9:45-ish. And unfortunately, I was unable to get to the museum until about 10 o'clock. I originally said I was going to go live at 11, but unfortunately, I figured, now is a good time to do this. So, because it's getting very hot out here. It's already really, really hot. So, as you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky. I'm standing right underneath the NB-52 over here at the Philippine Mars Museum, and of course you see the Sophia and all that over there. Now, if you look straight ahead, look over there, right there. There she is. She's got the tail, vertical stabilizer, horizontal stabilizers, the wing box, everything on. So we are going to walk over there in just a moment, but I do want to show you. It looks to me like they are moving the engines over to the Philippine Mars, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a look here. We're going right underneath the nose of the NASA B-52, and it looks like they are rearranging the they're rearranging the actual engines. It looks like they've only got two over there. I could be mistaken, but there it is. I don't know how good you can see it on the screen, but I'm zooming completely in, and there is the engines. So we're going to do our best to stay nice and looks like they got some new designs on the gate over there. Really cool. We're going to go ahead and stick around here for a few minutes because it is a little bit warm out here, and we're going to be baking in the sun. Not where the Philippine Mars originally came from, and nice and cool weather up there in British Columbia. So those of you up in British Columbia that are watching this, just want you to know, come to Arizona. You'll bake like a chicken over here. Yeah, more like fried chicken, I would say. But like I said, she's looking good. I'm gonna slowly walk over there, and we're gonna take a look at her. She looks really good, guys. I mean, they're doing a really good job of putting her back together. And then the last things that are going to be put together or put on the aircraft are the engines and a few other things. So yeah, but I had debated whether or not I was going to come out here today because of how hot it is. It's going to be about 102 today, 102 degrees. On Monday, it's going to be 107. So that's going to be a norm for Arizona summers. So I tell you one thing, I'm glad I got water in my backpack here, because fortunately, you got to take it slow, otherwise you will get dehydrated here. It's that ugly. So we're slowly walking over, and we're going to see how good she looks. Want to give nice shouts out to Colson and Pima Air and Space Museum for what they did. They have some good partnership there. Did a heck of a job getting this plane over here. Southwest Rigging, you guys did a heck of a job getting her here. Again, I am very happy that she made it to her forever home, as they call it. But there she is, guys. She's coming together very nicely. She's actually she's got little trim problems right now. Got to put her toenails on. What I mean by toenails is the wing box cover, things like that. But she's she's looking really good. She's looking really good. I'm very pleased at how she's coming together. It's like she was never taken apart, you know. It's like she was never taken apart. Now, if you're in the chat, guys, just go ahead and say hi. I'll give you a shout out on the live stream. I just wanted everyone to enjoy, have some fun. I'm standing under the Raytheon test plane because it is warm and I don't want to bake. But there she is. And she's doing really, it looks like she's doing really well. It looks like they're going to be putting the engines back in fairly soon. It looks like the pontoons or whatever you want to call it are not quite back on yet. That's probably another thing they're going to be doing fairly soon. So hopefully they decide that they're going to. My guess is they're going to be displaying it fairly soon, probably within the next month or two. They've got to do some extra things on her and get her prepped and ready for display. As I said before, I hope they don't repaint her, because fortunately she's got that original paint from when she was in service. As far as, you know, as after she was painted from the orange and white, according to Rob Frolick, and according to the Colson book. So yeah, you know, it'd be nice to see her stay original the way she is. Be nice. Again, I apologize for getting on a little bit earlier than what I had planned. Like I said, we had some things going on over Tucson Airport where I had to be there. Yesterday, I live streamed from there for the drill weekend. Basically, just to explain to everybody what the drill weekend is. Drill weekend is a for the Air National Guard, the American Air National Guard. They practice every month for one weekend. It's usually the first weekend of the month. They're not going to have one next month because of the 4th of July and things of that nature. So we'll be able to see what's going on and so on. If you want to see that video, just go ahead and check out the live stream from yesterday. It was pretty much, it was a nice hour and 15 minutes. Unfortunately, I had some things I had to get done and to prepare for this live and to show everybody, you know, hey, this is the Philippine Mars. Philippine Mars looks really, really, really nice right now. I'm very pleased the way she's come together, because we were supposed to have a special guest here with me, but unfortunately, I guess they had something to do. Unfortunately, that person I don't think is going to be showing up. Unfortunately, it's all good. It's all good. But there she is. Now, if we pan over to the left, notice something different. There is no trucks there, no cranes, no nothing. A few days ago, I was plane spotting at Davis Mountain with a friend of mine out in the parking lot of the Philippine Air and Space Museum. We saw a bunch of trucks leave, including a crane. So there's no more crane here. Nothing of that nature. There is a truck over there with stuff still on it or on the ground. Looks like the pontoon. I'm going to go out in the sun here, guys, and we'll get a better view and better shot of it. There's the pontoon sections right there. And there is a trailer there. They've got a bunch of lights. They got a cooling system attached to her so that the workers can work inside. They got a scissor jack there. They got like a pallet. I'm not sure if it's a pallet jack. It's not a pallet jack. It's a scissor lifter or some sort. But anyway, you got your generators. You got your other stuff that Pima's using to put her back together and things like that. So it's still a process that she's coming together, but she is together holy. I would say holy. I'm not saying religious wise, but holy. She's back together. Looks like someone's coming off the Philippine Mars now. Like one of the workers. Yep. Looks like they might be starting to put on the pontoons. Very possible. We might get a sneak peek here. What's going on? Now you can't hear what's going on in the background. No beeping, no backing up or anything like that, because I have lavalier mics on. It's fairly windy, and the wind actually will destroy the audio quality. So I'm wearing a lavalier mic on my shirt, so that way you can hear just me and not the wind. Okay, so I'm going to pan to the right a little bit. Not much is here, not much is left. She's almost ready. I would say to give it another couple of weeks, and she'll be like the $6 million man. We can rebuild her. We have the technology. It's funny. Like I said, there's nothing at all. Now I'll zoom out to give you a perspective of everything. You'll see exactly what's been going down. Okay, I'm going to pan from left to right. I'm just going to pan the whole area so that you can see what's going on. Very nice. Like I said, she's coming together very nicely. I think so. She's been here for three weeks now, and 3 to 4 weeks, and since the transport, and they've been doing a lot of good things with her. So I'm very proud to have been a part of chasing her down and getting to know some of the workers and getting to know some of the people that are actually doing the work on here, because they're nice people. Totally. I know. I'm sorry. I've been like I said, I was out yesterday where you were, over at the airport, doing spotting as well. So I actually went back out there this morning because there are F-35s that took off. F-35s took off with the Air National Guard, so that was pretty funny. I'm glad I stuck around. I was like, wow, unbelievable. F-35s took off with the Air National Guard. It's amazing what you see over there. But there she is. I'll zoom in just a little bit more. Give you guys a perspective. There she is, how big she is. She's huge. She's huge. She's coming along very nicely. They've got the entire area right here just for her. And there's nothing else around it. That's pretty interesting. No problem there, Turtle. No problem. I'm glad to do this. Our folks on the Mars page are wondering about this too, and there's a lot of folks that wanted me to do this, and I put a poll up where, how often do you want me to do this? They said, please do weekly. I'm like, okay. I can't do daily, unfortunately, because time constraints and because of my work situations I have to do. So, but that's it. She is very sleek for her type. I mean, for being a seaplane designed over 50 or 60 years ago, I mean, this is a heck of a thing to be a maritime patrol and the transport plane. I mean, that's excellent. If you guys do come to the Air Museum, there's a book out that the museum actually has. It's called The Mighty Martin Mars by Wayne Coulson and Steve Jinter. So take a look at it, check it out, read it, have fun, enjoy, because it's got all the information about every single Mars plane that was built. It's a great little thing here for a reference. But there she is. She's just looking really good. Like I said, I saw about 2 or 3 days ago. I was with a very good friend of mine. We were actually doing some plane spotting at Davis Mountain, and we saw some of the pictures of the crane leaving, as well as some of the trucks that were leaving for this. It's amazing. So it looks to me like they've got her all situated, ready to go. They got the tail on, they got the horizontal and vertical stabilizers on. The wings, the wing box cover, it has not been put on yet. It will be, I'm sure. And of course, over here you've got the pontoons. Pontoons will be probably put on next. I believe that the engines will be put on last. Now we'll walk over to where the engines are here. I believe when I was over by the MB-52, which is that bad boy right there, I was pointing directly at him. I don't know if anybody caught him, but it looks to me like they're moving them around, getting them in preparation for the. Oh, what do we got going on here? I just heard something go on. Oh, looks like they got the generator going. There's going to be some work internally. Anyway, we're going to walk over here. It's like I said, if you come out to the Peterson Air and Space Museum, guys, and you're not from Arizona, you guys need to bring some water with you, and you need to have some sort of hydration, because you will get dehydrated here at the museum. This museum is huge. It's not for the faint-hearted. I'll tell you that right now. Even if you're in shape, you still get winded. I'm not in shape, and I'm still getting very winded because of this. So yeah. So there's the MB-52 with the X-15 replica. There's also a replica inside the space hangar that was actually given to Pima by North American Aviation. That's a mock-up of the original. It's an original mock-up, and this one was actually built by a company to complement the MB-52, the Balls 3. So, yeah. Of course, now you guys see the Kuiper cockpit. That thing right there is a C-141 that was the predecessor to Sophia. So, I'm just going to show that again because Pima actually saved the cockpit. There's a vertical stabilizer that's been saved as well. Unfortunately, the rest of the aircraft got cut up. And that was not, it was over at Moffett Field for a while until they decided what to do with her. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. I can't see the chat here. Give me a second. I'm going to go over by the MB-52 so I can see the chat. The sun's been intense out here. I'm telling you, you guys are going to need water, and get yourself, don't drink soda, whatever you do. Gatorade's good for you, but all right. Let me. Oh, you want me to touch the B-52? Okay. Here we go. We want to touch the B-52. Here you go. Nice B-52. Nice B-52. Down, boy. Okay, happy now? Oh, boy. Now, do you want me to touch the X-15 also? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You want to see which engine, the NB52 or the X-15? Okay, give you an idea of. We're going to walk around the engine for the X-15. Here, let's zoom out. That's one big engine. Try to cook some hot dogs in that thing. There's the X-15 engine compared to the NB52 engine. That's a big sucker. But this live isn't about the X-15 or the Philippine Air and Space Museum. It's about the Philippine Mars. So what we're going to do is we're going to get back to that. But there's the engines. There's 8 of these on the NB52. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 on each pylon. So, well, not each pylon, but there's 2 on each pylon. See? Okay, so back to what I was saying. Well, actually, it does look like they have not even moved them. I thought that from a distance, they've moved the engines, but they have not. Excuse me. There's our Jayhawk right there. We just got this Jayhawk in. We've got a I think it's a UC something in for paint right now. But, ouch, it's a little bit warm. Don't ever put your arms on the gate when it's really hot like this, guys. You will burn yourself. There are the Philippine Mars engines right there. Now, what's this? It's right next to the RC-135 that they're repainting. Right there. I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Pip Hastings Aviation. Pip Hastings Aviation. Hey, Pip. Hopefully you're doing very well. I know that you're in covert right now, so I understand. But I want to give you a shout out if you were here. Yeah, you can pretty much cook eggs on here. Look, watch, guys. Think I'm kidding? Look at how hot this is. But put your hand on there, it comes off. Ridiculous. But this is what they call the restoration area, guys. This is where a lot of the new aircraft come in. As you can see, we've got a P-3 Orion. That's probably going to go to the Argentine Navy. I'm not quite sure what they're going to be doing with these. We've got the Jayhawk here. We've got behind that, we have an original United 727 that's been here for a while within original configuration, believe it or not. Seats are there, ashtrays are there, they still smell like cigarettes. Believe it or not, it's funny. Yeah. And of course, over here, we have our, off to the right, you see our F-117. You see an F-104 Starfighter from the German Air Force. It's in 104G. So, yeah, Pima's got all kinds of stuff. Now, behind all this, like right here, for example, I'll show you. Behind the Jayhawk is where they were storing all the vehicles for the vehicle museum that we have now. If you come to Arizona and you come to the Philippine Mars Her Space Museum, do not forget the Military Vehicle Museum. We just opened that up about 2 or 3 months ago, not even. And it's fairly new. Pretty awesome. I can't get to, unfortunately, guys, I cannot pass this point because this is a restricted area. I can't go through. I'll walk over there so you guys can see it. But like I said, this stream is about the Philippine Mars. Kind of want to stay on topic. But I'll do what everybody asks. I'll walk over to the F-117. We got this F-117 2 years ago. Up, we have A-10s. Look at that. Looks like they're practicing with the drill weekend. But we got this F-117 from about 2 years ago. About say 2 years ago. It came from Tonopah Test Range. Came from storage directly. Worldwide Aircraft Recovery. Actually, I believe it was either Worldwide Aircraft Recovery or I don't think it was Southwest Rigging. But Worldwide Aircraft Recovery actually brought it down, brought it in, and they put it on her landing gear, and they towed it in. We have a Viscount. So now I'm going to stop to read the chat here. Yeah, I've always wanted to dabble into RC aircraft, but unfortunately I crash things too much. I've destroyed already 3 drones, unfortunately. Now, just don't, when this thing is rotating, do not do what I'm doing. Do not do what I'm doing. Get chopped to pieces. Oddly enough, that's seaplane right there. It's a seaplane, but it's a Sikorsky. This was actually found on the bottom of a lake, and it was completely restored by Pima Air Museum. Amazing. Amazing stuff, guys. I cannot believe it. So we're going to walk underneath the caravel. Let's not try to hit our head. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a video shot for a good friend of mine because he's documenting the T-1 Jayhawks retirements. So I will. That's usually where I start posting up for the live streams, but I decided to post up by the Philippine Mars. But guys, you're gonna get, this is about as close as I'm gonna get right here for you guys, because this is not what this live stream is about. There's the F-117 sitting there. Anyway, and we are going to go underneath the Constellation. We have a lot of unique aircraft here. But me talking about the Pima Air Museum, you got to come experience it. I can't stress that enough. Of course, we got the city of Fort Worth B-36, President Kennedy's first Air Force One. We got all kinds of goodies here, guys. I mean, literally, we have the Super Guppy. We've got 3 F-16s here. We've got one of the very first F-16Bs that were here that was ever produced. Right now in that hangar, which is called Area 51, they have a BF-109 and an ME-262 that they're restoring. They're rebuilding, in fact. So, yeah. Yep. Sounds like the A-10s are having their fun right now. I can't see the chat, guys, right now, so if you have any comments or questions, hold them off till I can come look. I can check them out. Actually, no, I can't. If you notice, they're under the wing of that RC-135. You can still see them, but they're there. They're there. Now, you know, it's funny. It's funny the way I've been hearing information about what they're going to do with Philippine Mars and things like that. Now, I just don't want to throw out this information here, guys. I usually have 2 or 3 sources before I actually give information out. And that's one thing that I have been reluctant to give right now is information, because I don't have the sources I need. However, but we're underneath, here's your landing gear up for the Constellation. Of course, there's the bathrooms. This is the view from underneath the Constellation for those that wanted it. There's the F-16s. We've got all kinds of aircraft. We have one of the Golden Knights transports, the F-27 Friendships. Now, hope you can see the A-10s, but there they are. Take care, RC Flight Test. Have a good one. Thanks for joining. There's your A-10s right there, guys. Like I said, we're going to do a 40-minute live stream, 40 or 45-minute live streams, guys, about the Philippine Mars, just so you guys can see exactly what's going on with it. Plus, you'll see part of the museum and things like that. You know, I'm not going to sit here and just talk away, just so, you know, the knowledge that I do have of the Mars. The real person to have information about the Mars is Mr. Rob Frolick and Wayne Coulson and company, because those are the folks that actually lived around and worked on the Philippine Mars. Rob Frolick is just a resident, but he's very knowledgeable. He's been around the aircraft for the time it's been up there at Sprout Lake and Port Alberni. So if you join the group, you want to ask questions, Rob Frolick and everybody up there will, up on that group, will actually tend to your needs, to your every need, basically. So you'll be able to get all the answers you want. I'm not the source of the answers about the Philippine Mars. I'm just covering this for y'all. I want everybody to have an opportunity to see where in Arizona she went to, number one. And number two, I want to be able to say, hey, this is the Philippine Air and Space Museum. Number three, I want to be able to give those that cannot come here an idea of what is here at the museum and what is coming to the museum, et cetera, et cetera. This is Aircraft Expeditions. We used to be called Team Air and Space Fans, but we expanded our reach. We have new team members for the Aircraft Expeditions. I want to thank them for being a part of it. Mr. Brian Gordon, Mr. Scott Manning, and Mr. Chance Hoffman. Thank you, gentlemen, for your assistance and for being a part of this team. See, we have coverage all over the United States, pretty much, as far as getting to things that we need, footage, video, pictures, whatever you want the case may be. So we're expanding the team. Now, it'd be kind of nice to have somebody from British Columbia that can go up to the British Columbia Aviation Museum, and take photos, and so we can compare her to her sister ship, Hawaii Mars. I mean, that'd be kind of neat. That would be very cool. Of course, we got one of the workers. So, with that being said, you know, hey, these updates are going to be ongoing, guys. It's the Philippine Mars is like a phoenix rising from the ashes, and everybody says, "Oh well, she should have stayed in Canada." The United States originally built her. Okay, guys. I mean, that's what the Martin Corporation was based out of California. All right, and yeah, Canada bought them for firefighting duties. We love our Canadian neighbors up there very much, and we want you guys to understand that we take good care of aircraft over here. There's some aircraft that need a little more TLC than others, but you know, hey, they're getting attended to very nicely every day. Every time I come to this museum, every time I see what's going on in the restoration hangar, they got something different going on. They got something coming out. Okay. Now, guys, one thing I do want to mention, if you guys, you can't see the Philippine Mars, but if you want to see the restoration hangar, go to the Peter Air and Space Museum's website. And if you go onto their website, they have a live streaming camera of the airfield. I'm pointing directly at the building right here where that camera is. Okay, that little white dot right there on the pointed edge of the roof, not the thing above it. Here, I'll show you. Not the thing above it, but right below it, there's a camera there, and you can actually check out what's going on. Either sometimes what's being moved out to the airfield. This is what they call the airfield. That's what we lovingly call it, the airfield. So you can see what you can see what's coming out. You can see what's coming out, and you can also see that hangar right there. Pretty awesome, guys. You should check it out sometime. But unfortunately, they don't have. That's correct, History Chaser. Hey, History Chaser. There's Mr. Brian Gordon. Hey, Mr. Brian Gordon, how you doing, History Chaser? He's awesome. The History Chaser. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Yep, you're right, History Chaser. The Pima's actually had the 777, for example. 777's been out here for almost, what, 15 years, and still is doing really well. They've had this RC-135 out since they brought it over, and it was being stored, but now it's time for a restoration. Pretty awesome. Oh. Of course, we have had our F-117 for about 2 years. I think what they're waiting on is some expert help to come in and help with the restoration. I know Palm Springs has had, they've asked, Palm Springs has offered, or Pima has asked for their assistance on getting the plane back to its former status. So we have that is yet to remain to be seen. So once we see it, we'll be able to look at it and enjoy it. Now, it's funny because Palm Springs has their F-117 in a makeshift hangar. It's a kind of a soft hangar, is what they said. I've actually got a video on the channel about it. It's air conditioned, things like that. Scott Manning, who's part of the team, also was telling me that they took it out of the hangar and it started to rain. It started to it was kind of damaging it a little bit. That's weird. That's weird. Never used to damage, the rain never used to damage the F-117 before. Maybe it's what they restored it with. Here's a good shot for you guys. The nose of the constellation. Now this bird here is, I believe, should be one of the next ones that are restored. Honestly, just it's not in terrible shape. It hasn't been polished in a while. Put it that way, you can tell. But like I said, the Philippine Mars is under good care, pretty much. It's under pretty good care. So no, I don't think anybody has to worry about anything. And then we've got Eisenhower's helicopter, Choctaw helicopter. All right, guys, I'm going to let you relish in for a couple minutes. I'm going to take a little break here. And I'm going to flip this down. And you guys are going to be looking at the airfield for a few minutes. While I take a little break. Now, I can't see your chats, guys, so if you have a question, just save it until I come back to the screen here. We'll talk with you then. But just give a little bit more. This museum has a lot of history. That DC-6 that was President Kennedy's was originally open to the public. Unfortunately, something happened inside that forced them to close it to the public. Amazing. I'm not going to mention exactly what happened to it, but it's a shame that things have to happen like that. Of course, we have Columbine, which is the Columbine 2 is actually still flying. They got it. They brought it out of retirement from Ava Valley Airport, and it went flying again. So, and I think the History Chaser has got video about it, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So there's Columbine over there. There's the there's a B-36. Of course, we have some of the aircraft. This aircraft over the DC-6 right there. This particular one didn't participate in the Berlin airlift, but it was the same type. And pretty much Carl Halverson was here at the museum many times, and he actually participated in the drops. Amazing. So we are going to flip this back up. Anyway, if you're here at the museum, they do have tram tours. Check it out. I don't think they go by the Philippine Mars, but you're going to have to walk to it. The Philippine Mars, like I said, is now together for the most part. She will be, they're doing more work on her, basically. The tail's on, the vertical stabilizer, the horizontal stabilizers, the wings, the wing box. Wing box cover is not on, the pontoons are not on, and the engines are not on. So they're probably going to do that within the next couple of weeks. It's going to take some time, but we're going to be able to see her in all her glory. All right, guys, that's it for the aircraft expeditions for this week. We will be back next week to go in and get more information about the Philippine Mars for you guys. So thanks for joining us. Again, please like and subscribe, and then please donate if you can to the channel so we can do out of city expeditions. We would really appreciate that. And if you can't, just give us a like or a thumbs up or thumbs down. Give us comments and let us know what we should be covering next. And this channel is kind of run by all of our subscribers. Thanks to those who subscribe to us. We really appreciate you. We love you. We love aviation. And keep looking to the sky, guys. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you next week.